Hi, I'm Alan, and this is my channel. Alan talks about stuff.
When I was a kid, one of my first heroes was Evel Knievel. I remember one Christmas I got the Evel Knievel motorcycle from the commercials. You know, the one where you was supposed to be able to jump it? Maybe it was because I was like 4 years old. I couldn't get the bike to jump, or even go further than 3 feet without crashing it. My toy bike was exactly like the real Evel Knievel. My little action figure broke every bone in his body. Evel Knievel would appear on the ABC show Wide World of Sports. The show was famous for its opening line, "The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat." They showed a clip of a ski jumper wiping out, as Jim McKay would say the famous line, "agony of defeat." Evel became as famous for his crashes as he did for his successful jumps. What I loved about Evel was he was going to put on a show one way or the other, whether he was successful on his jump or not. I remember one story where he promised he would jump something like 7 buses. When he got there and seen the buses lined up, he told them, "That's too far. I can't make that jump." The promoter said, We'll take out one of the buses." Evel said, "No, I promised them 7. I'll jump 7." He went on to crash, so he was right. 7 buses was too far. I was a daredevil when I was a kid. I ruined my first bike jumping it. After that, I ruined my sister's bike. One day I was trying to jump this huge mud puddle in my yard. I kept coming up short, so I'd make the ramp bigger and try hitting it faster. I finally thought I had the ramp big enough, so I hit it as fast as I could. I remember going straight up in the air. I came down so hard I crashed. I went and sat down. I remember everything in a fog. I had knocked the wind out of myself, and I think I had a slight concussion. I also got to jumping off of buildings on our farm. I'd climb up the backside of a shed, then jump off the other side. I kept trying to find higher and higher things to jump off of. Then one day I jumped off something way too high. Once again, when I landed, I hit so hard I knocked the wind out of myself. I also had a neighbor friend who had a go-kart. Their driveway was a circle gravel driveway. We were timing ourselves to see who could make a lap the fastest. While I was no physics major at the age of 7, I took the corner too fast and I flipped it. I remember asking my parents for a go-kart for like 5 straight Christmases. I never got that go-kart. I think my parents thought I'd kill myself if I got one. Looking back, I think they were probably right. I was like my own jackass show, except nobody was filming me. It's kind of crazy that when I got kind of older, like a teenager, I really didn't like doing stuff like that. I think it might be from some of the things that happened to me when I was younger. That one bike crash scared the crap out of me. I also had a fall where I broke my arm. I think these things put the brakes on my daredevil career. When I got in my 20s, Robbie Knievel came on the scene. The first time I remember hearing about him was when he was going to try to jump the fountains at Caesar's Palace. This jump almost killed his dad, but also almost killed Gary Wells. He then had some Fox specials where Robbie jumped the Grand Canyon. He jumped from one rooftop of a skyscraper to another rooftop in Vegas. He also jumped over a moving train, which was an unbelievable stunt. I believe Robbie took what his dad did to a whole new level. What Robbie was doing, though, brought a new spotlight on Evel's accomplishments. Because of Robbie, we found out Evel was jumping a Harley Davidson, a heavy bike not necessarily made for jumping. If you look at old photos of Evel Knievel, he is literally just sitting on the bike as he's jumping it. I remember Robbie talking about how they figured out you can actually kind of control the bike when it's in the air. Hitting the front brake, the front end will come down. Back brake, front end comes up. So you can kind of control the bike while it's in the air to have the best possible landing. Evel was just along for the ride.
Once again, this is Alan. This is my channel. Alan talks about stuff. Thanks for watching.